the President of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, Mr. Jin Liqun.
Thank you. Chairman Perry, His Excellency Ambassador Liu, the Right Honorable George Osborne. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's truly my great honor to be here today. I have always had tremendous admiration for the group of 48. I was here last time, and I'm very much honored to be awarded, to have the award on behalf of CIC. Today, I came here in a different capacity. I think Group of 24 would be important, not just for China, but for many countries who are the shareholders of our institution. I am privileged to address this conference, as you know, for the second time. 48 Group was set up at a very special time, which is so important for China. And now I think it's taking on more significant relevance at a time when we have to grapple with the challenges of anti-globalization and the reaction against the free trade and cross-border investment. So I think the spirit of 48 Group would continue and will carry on so that we will all work for the same purpose of shared benefit in the context of globalization. Today, the UK continues to play a strong role in the relationship between UK and Asian countries, between UK and China. And I think I would like to highlight the point that UK is once again the icebreaker, leading the European countries joining AIIB. I would like to express my special appreciation and gratitude to the Right Honorable George Osborne. I know what a big role, crucial role you have played. And once UK decide to join, we seem to have an avalanche. All the European countries were knocking on our door. And some of the countries register 10 minutes before midnight, March the 31st, because they don't want to miss out. And I told your ambassador, Barbara, to China, I said, your decision to join AIIB is really, really of great significance. Once again, the Chinese people see the great power of Great Britain. I mean it. The decision for the UK to leave the European Union has certainly been a cause of concern, both for the European countries and for UK, maybe for some other countries in this world. A major economic disruption certainly is in nobody's interests. So I hope and I believe UK, the British government, and the people would have the intelligence and resourcefulness to manage a very smooth transition as it moves out of UK, the EU, and will continue to maintain a healthy, sustainable relationship with the rest of the European countries and probably a strengthened relationship with China and other Asian countries. And I'm confident this process will be well managed. I'm also thankful to the UK's £40 million contribution to the AIIB's special fund. This fund is set up to help the ODA eligible countries. When they borrow from our bank, we help them with technical assistance, project preparation. I am particularly impressed at this time. UK government is so generous, providing 50 million US dollars, 40 million pounds, the same amount as the People's Republic of China. No strings attached. Thank you. Thank you again. The 48th Group champions free trade and win-win relations between the nations. This prestigious group takes on, as I said, even more relevance today against the backdrop of populism, protectionism, anti-globalization. For some nations, for various reasons, there are certainly some nasty consequences of free trade, cross-border investment, and globalization. But nothing is perfect in this world. We must deal with globalization, warts and all, and do our very best to move towards shared prosperity. And this is part of the core values of our bank, of your bank. To a great extent, the AIIB shares the mandate of the 48th Group. Our bank was created to foster sustainable economic growth and social development by investing in infrastructure and other productive sectors. We are dedicated to facilitating connectivity, which enables free trade and cross-border investment, and we aim to promote regional cooperation and partnership in addressing development challenges. Now, I would like to talk for a moment about China's motivation for setting up this bank. Tremendous misunderstanding existed about this bank when it was first proposed by the Chinese leadership. The reality is that China's intention is to be a responsible member of the international community. It wants to push for regional and global integration. President Xi Jinping could not have been more clear about this point when he spoke last week at Davos. After being a beneficiary of bilateral and multilateral lending for years, which helped China to achieve economic miracle, China now wants to give back. It is gratifying to see that the 1 year into operation, concerns and even febrile fears have been substantially assuaged, given the way this bank is managed. Professionals of high caliber have been recruited from across the world, regardless of the nationality of their members. We don't look at your passports, we look at your track record. That's why, even though some of the major countries are not our members, their nationals are working in our institution, taking very important positions. A set of major policies have been formulated and approved by the board. A sound corporate culture is being nurtured. A system of transparency and accountability is being established. A lending program worth $1.73 billion approved, demonstrating the bank's commitment to connectivity and green growth. A productive working relationship with the well-established MDBs is bearing fruit, and a multilateral development bank with a 21st century governance, which the member countries from all over the world is now emerging. When European countries such as the United Kingdom, Germany, France, Italy, and others decided to join AIIB as founding members, they expressed their confidence in the bank's promises and commitment. Literally, they gave us the benefit of doubt. When Canada, another G7 country, together with almost 30 countries, indicating to join this bank 6 months into operation. This is the vote of confidence in our delivery of the promises and commitment. I would like to thank Sir Danny Alexander, the Vice President Corporate Secretary, for your great amount of work and your significant contribution to our bank. It's a credit, not just to you, to the United Kingdom. Thank you very much. And I'd like to thank George for recommending you to compete for such a position. I can assure you, I pick up Danny for Vice President, not because of my close relationship with the United Kingdom, not because my daughter is a professor in LSE. No, this is purely because of your qualification, your credentials. There's no conflict of interest. Our motto is lean, clean, and green. The AIIB means to be lean and to stay lean. The bank will be nimble and dynamic and strive to remain cost-effective. No bloated bureaucracy is tolerated. Red tape will be cut to the minimum. Our clients' voices will be heard. Our response to shareholders and stakeholders will be prompt. The bank should be squeaky clean, or should not exist at all. We will adhere to high standards of governance, transparency, and zero tolerance for corruption. The bank will make a big push for investment in infrastructure and other productive sectors without leaving a big footprint in the environment and ecosystem. We will meet the ever-increasing demand from our borrowing members for power, transport, safe drinking water, and urban facilities. All this will be done on a low-carbon basis. We will do our utmost in helping our member countries meet their Paris Accord agreement. A new MDB enjoys the privilege of learning from its sister institutions with decades of experience. We are in the same gene pool and share their development objectives, but we do different things and we do things differently. We are not a clone of the existing institutions. We are not their copy. We have different modus operandi and adopt a distinct approach to development. We have a focus on infrastructure, paving the path for broad-based economic and social development. Poverty reduction is not our direct product. Poverty reduction is a derivative of our intervention in the economic development of our member countries. This approach is informed by the experience of developing Asia, and we are proud to say that we are promoting made-in-Asia approaches to development. The bank is also adopting new approaches to governance, ultimately contributing to the evolution of best practice for the 21st century. Transparency is an important characteristic and informs how the management of this bank operate and interact, both among themselves and with the board. Internally, major decisions are not made without thorough discussions, considerations, and deliberations among the senior management members. No decision would be handed down without this kind of democratic process. If you don't believe it, stay here in our bank to watch for yourself, but you pay for your own food and the boarding. I mean it. And I think we are very serious in doing a great job of running this bank by the highest possible standards. Externally, We ensure our board is always informed of the bank's activities. Indeed, the board's access to information does not rest on residency. Information provision is predicated on the division of responsibility between the board and the management. We don't have the resident executive board, which is not just cost effective, which is not good just in financial terms, but this gives us a better governance, clearer division of responsibility. So Danny's job is to keep the board informed of what's going on a daily basis. Danny's job is to keep the board members happily at home, but they will feel as if they were right on the premises. This seems to be an impossible job, but this impossible job is now possible in Danny's charge. So this is the revolutionary feature of an MDB. To further reinforce this bridge between the board and management, Hamid Sharif, the Director General of our Compliance, Effectiveness and Integrity Unit, both sits on our management meetings and also have a direct reporting line to the board. We also have an audit committee for our board of directors, which will have external members. This concept to include both internal and external participants on the audit committee is an innovation and is the first for MDBs. In the end, our success will rest on our transparency and strong governance, as we intend to run this organization by the highest international standards. Our bank is trying to do things differently, as I said, finding unique Asian approaches to development for the 21st century. In conclusion, I would like to describe UK AIIB relationship by quoting Shakespeare. I remember in sonnet number 18, Shakespeare said, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate." This relationship is more lovely and more temperate. Thank you very much.